retro console market. Now, once a year in Denmark, people gather together and have a whole marketplace, kind of like a flea market, and you'll be able to buy retro stuff there. And I believe it's run by 4 people who are really passionate about retro stuff. And there's going to be like Commodores, Amiga computers, TV, VHS, game consoles, and lots of video games. And mostly it's going to be from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. Last year, me and my brother, we really wanted to go, but we were really busy and we had to take care of our jobs first. But this year, we made time for it. Stay tuned. Now, the place where this marketplace is going to be, it's going to be in a small town called Voldum, which is located right here in Denmark. We drove in my brother's car way up there. Now, unfortunately, we had to park really far away from the place just so we can park the car. Yes, bro, that's a nice t-shirt of Atari. Now, this is a gymnastic place, which is called Voldum Hallen. At the entrance, there were some arcade machines that people could try out. I did not expect there would be this many people here. There sure is a lot of tables with lots of good stuff I have to check out. One of the reasons why you should always come early is so that you can get the good stuff. From a distance, I thought this was the Commodore PET, but after coming closer, I could see it's just a CBM computer, which is still nice. I was tempting to buy this, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna come back later. Oh look, it's the Amiga CD 32-bit. My brother realized there was a Dune poster down there, and he explains to the person that we are Dune fanatics. Now there are lots of old laptops here, even some I've never seen before, like this little cute one here. Now I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I'll know it when I see it. Now on this table there are lots of Sega Master System games here. Now looking at this one here, it appears the box is in terrible condition, and he was only selling it for 20 Danish crowns.
Meget gerne tjekke. Altså, jeg tør næsten ikke, men ja.
Ved du, jeg køber den for redden.
Det er godt. Fedt.
Jeg skal tjekke... Hvad tager du for den der? Golden Axe?
Skal vi sige en 50'er? Er du lige begyndt at samle Master System, eller hvad? Eller skal du til det?
Hvis du bare vidste. Jeg har min lille samling derhjemme.
Now this is the first time I've ever held a 32X for the Sega Genesis. It appears the person is selling the whole thing for 6,000 Danish crowns. I believe it's the entire tower with the CD player, the 32X, some games and other stuff. But my wallet said no. There are lots of people who are making new components and modifying them for old Amiga computers, so old video games and programs can run better, just like the video game Frontier. And he seems to be selling some circuit boards that you can add on to your Amiga computer.
Jamen, jeg har den hjemme. Selvfølgelig min knap, den virker ikke.
A person just bought a Sega Master System, but I already have one at home. So me and my brother are just walking around and looking at stuff, and then we come across this old TV.
Ja, jeg tænker på den her sådan der måske. Jeg ved ikke, om den er til salg. Ja, men jeg ved ikke, om den er til salg, men det kan godt være, at den bliver hardware ind i den måske. Ja.
My brother noticed there's a box on the floor where there are lots of defect consoles in the box, and they're selling them for really a cheap price. So we're looking at them and discussing if there's any interest in them.
Jeg har set faktisk på den der, og på et lille aksismærke af. Jeg har nogle stykker af dem derhjemme, så hvad skal han have for den der?
Der står 75 kroner. Men den blinker rød og grøn, så jeg tror, det er APU'en, der er noget galt.
Det vil lave til en Mac-computer.
I think my brother's going to buy some of them and try to fix them later. And I'm just browsing around and looking for games that I might want for my collection.
Du kan se, der er også den her.
Now it's important that you look under the table because there could be boxes filled with stuff like these games here. Here's a game that I don't have in my collection. I always wanted to try this.
Det kender jeg godt, ja.
Men også, hvis du nu skriver til mig, at der er et eller andet, der ikke virker, så skal du også have dine penge tilbage.
Now the reason why he says that he offers to pay me back if any of the stuff doesn't work, it is because he runs a web store where he sells consoles and games and other stuff.
Har den der HDMI-udgang?
Har den HDMI-udgang? Nej. Den er tilbage i...
Here's a console I always wanted to own. I'll come back later and check it out. And here's an original Xbox, which is transparency. And here's a box filled with cassette tapes. Now I don't think there's any games here. Now you probably started to notice that there are lots of Amiga computers and Commodores and all sorts of things connected to them. Because you see, we just love these computers, and this is why there's so many of them. I've noticed there are lots of kids here and families. I guess the parents just wanted to show their kids what they used to play on when they were kids themselves. Which is good, because they get to learn a little bit about history. Now here's a classic game, Duck Hunt. Now this must be a special one because I've never seen one like this one before. And it says it's the Famicom box. I'm gonna guess it's a homemade one, filled with all the Nintendo NES games. Now I'm looking for specific PC game boxes for my collection. And they are beginning to be rare and hard to find, but the search continues.
Jeg tænker, men jeg skulle ikke bruge også en, der funker. Eller controllers. Det er jo svært at få fat på.
Ja, men jeg skal bare lave den som en tænde. Det er det, der er udfordringen, så kan jeg altid sælge den.
Ja, vi skal også vide, om den virker med controllerne.
Du har en controller?
Ikke til den der.
Nej, så finder jeg en, der kan låne.
Grøn 38. Det var grøn 38.
At first I wasn't sure what was going on, but then I realized they were giving out prizes when their lottery number was picked. If you were any of the 200 people who came here first, they gave you a lottery ticket. If their number and color gets picked, they will win a prize.
Vi trækker noget om kop mere. Gul 8. Det er gul 8. Det er en kop. Så har vi en håndholdte. Det er en grøn.
And here we can see that people are coming up to collect their prizes.
Så har vi en Commodore Mini. Det er gul 69. Gul 69. Så der er gavekort til burger. Det er grøn 19. Grøn 19. Så har vi gavekort til VTS på 500 kroner. Det er grøn 57. Grøn 57 til VTS. Vi nævner lige vinderen en gang til.
Now I bought so much stuff that I can't carry it around with me, so I have to take it out to the car. And the search continues to find stuff that I need. Now here's something interesting. These consoles and games seems to be Japanese. I've always wanted to try these card games for the Sega Master System. I'll find time to do this one day. I noticed there was a Sega Genesis console under the table, and he was only selling it for 100 Danish crowns. Because he didn't have a power supply for it, and he doesn't know if it works, I'm gonna take a chance and buy it. When I came to this table here, I recognized a lot of the stuff for sale here from a specific person who's selling stuff on the internet. So I asked him politely if he was the same person I was buying a lot of stuff from, and it turns out it was him. So you see, you never know who you're gonna meet in a place like this.
Jeg har ikke selv så meget det der.
Jeg filmer det bare lige, sikkert.
Jeg ved faktisk ikke, hvad det er for noget.
Ja. Lotus 1, 2, 3, 4.
Kan du tænke sig program?
Ah.
Ja. Det er jo dansk, ikke? Så de her clips, de ruster sammen.
Ja.
De er så gamle.
Det er jo sindssygt. Det er jo ikke hack and slash.
Jeg havde siddet og kørt alle spil op. Det kommer sikkert an på, hvad du spørger. Jeg tror, etteren er nok lidt dyrere.
Jeg lader mig til at kigge meget på Xbox-spillene.
Det er jo det, jeg har. Ja. Det er ikke spil, jeg leder efter.
Jamen, jeg har nogle spil også hjemme til den.
Jamen, jeg kunne godt tænke mig Red Dead Redemption til Xbox One. Der er jo et sted i spillet, hvor det var ligesom da, jeg tror, hvad var det,
And here is a Sinclair Spectrum for 1,000 Danish crowns. Now they're not so popular in Denmark, but we have them. Now it's been a long day and we've been here for many hours. And we just started to notice that a lot of people are starting to go home. Now here's something I need for my collection.
Så fik du også, at den kan køre spil fra et SD-kort af?
Ja. Jamen, jeg har 5 Xbox 360 derhjemme. Jeg har moddet 2 af dem. De 3 andre, der er bare sort skærm. Jeg kan ikke finde ud af, hvad jeg har gjort forkert.
Nå, shit. Er det sådan en chip, du sætter i, eller?
Ja, det er den sidste nye, der er kommet. Okay. Jeg kan ikke huske, hvad den hedder. Det er noget på den.
My brother really gets into a good conversation with this guy, where the guy explains he does a lot of his own stuff and hardware, and he painstakingly makes these small, tiny consoles. I think we spent about 20 minutes here.
Motherboard blev skåret ud, så det kun er CPU'en og de andre vigtigste dele. Så sat sammen igen med GameCube-porte her. Lyd sat herind til.
Er det sådan noget, noget du har fundet på nettet? Altså nogle sets? Eller har du bare selv siddet og leget med det?
Painstakingly siddet og designet alle delene.
3D-printet det?
Ja, købt alle modulerne hjem.
Det er en rigtig nørd, det der.
Er det? Ja, det var ikke nemt. Så er det lige Pizzasaurusen, der finder spillet frem her. Loader op. Og det er alt sammen, altså der er nogen, der tænker sådan Arduino eller et eller andet ind i, men det er bare Wien.
Det er bare Wien, ja.
Det er bare Wien,
der bliver moddet i software.
Ja, lige præcis. Og hardwaren også.
Ja.
Baseball.
Man skal bare ikke ryste for meget på hænderne.
Nej, ellers kan man godt tage den tættere på. Fordi på den normale sensorbar, der er det jo sat helt heroppe.
Ja, det er nok det, ja.
Så det er lavet til, at man kan sidde ved sofaen. Ja. Her kan man faktisk komme tættere på, fordi, så kan man så trykke på A eller så kommer der en bold lige om lidt. Nå, jeg skal lige sige velkommen.
Ja, det er med 30 pits,
ja.
Det er den første. Der er noget galt med... Jeg har haft en, der kigge på det. Jeg har overhovedet ikke forstand på det. Han sagde...
Jeg ved, at jeg har så mange, der har flere meter spil.
Jamen, jeg har lidt over 600 spil i min egen samling.
Jeg har moddet min, så jeg har bare kodet dem ind.
Legendarisk, hva'? Nærmest.
Man kunne fandme sådan en lille lejlighed. Jeg har
Jeg har
også
en toværelseslejlighed.
Jamen, det gør jeg nemlig også. Jeg har givet ikke til, men min stue er ikke dyb nok til at kunne bruge.
Ja, og det er
Men det er så også kun det. Så det er derfor godt.
And again, I always check under the table so I don't miss anything.
Og det er sådan lidt, I er i gang med at afvikle.
Måske få 50 for mere.
Now I've been to all the tables many times, and it's been a long day, and I think it's time to check out. Now before we take the long journey back home, we're gonna visit the cafeteria and get something to eat. This has really been a great day for me and my brother. It's really been a blast from the past. And seeing all those people there who have passion about this, and people were taking their families there to see and experience all these things. And letting their kids see what their parents used to experience when they were kids themselves. And they also get to try some of these old computers and game consoles. Now if you remembered, I bought this Sega Genesis at the market for only 100 Danish crowns. And the guy doesn't know if it works, because he doesn't have a power supply for it. But I do, and we're gonna test it and see if it works. We're gonna need a game for this, so I'm gonna pick this one here, Golden Axe. And it works. So now I have 2 of them. Maybe I should sell it. Or keep it as a backup. Just in case. You know what? Here's the other stuff I bought at the Retro Console Marketplace. One thing I know to be true is that Commodore and Amiga refuses to die. I think I'm going to go to the marketplace again next year, and who knows, maybe you'll see me there, and don't be shy to say hello to me. Now, you have to excuse me, I'm gonna go and play some Sega now. So, thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode.
Oh, we're gonna play some Sega.